Hello and welcome to Beyond the Gates, a new D&D actual play podcast. My name is Jacob Breaux and I will be your dungeon master. I am joined today by our four fearless heroes. Players, please introduce yourselves.
My name is Adam Baeza. I will be playing as the level 3 half-elf fighter, Ruinel of Tarsus.
I am Mitchell Butter Caldwell. I will be playing Irit Hardstar, a level 3 Ascendant Dragon Monk.
I'm Bryleigh Myers, and I am playing a level 3 bard named Aster Laveau.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Willis, and I am playing a level 3 cleric named Hope Brightshadow.
I like how we change our intros every single episode.
Time? Yeah.
Hey, just depending on the episode you're watching.
So last episode we ended with you all exiting a maze, basically, or like a hallway. With you exiting a hallway, it wasn't really a maze.
We saw our first gate!
We went beyond the gate!
So the party found the gate. They went beyond the gate. The show title got said. Woo! And on the other side of the gate was a voice that Bryleigh had recognized as Othelian, who you would know, I'll go ahead and just say, is Othelian of House Spectron. And now Othelian had also recognized Ruinel, but Ruinel would not have been familiar with the voice of Othelian, but would know that House Spectron is the house that caused the demise of House Tarsus, that came in and basically slaughtered them overnight. And this is where we pick up. Players, you don't see Othelian, but you hear him. You just walked outside and it's bright. It's kind of a grassy area, and the Sky Islands are clusters of islands that are floating together. So you can see several smaller islands kind of around you. You're on kind of the edge of one of the islands as you exit this hallway beyond that gate.
Watch your step.
Beyond the gate, it got set again. So as you go through that gate, there's a little bit of open space, but then it's the edge of the island.
I can't believe that Indy would do such a thing to us.
At least we got our stuff back.
At least we're still alive.
There's that.
I'm going to roll for perception to see if I can figure out where Boy's voice is coming from.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
16.
16 above you, like behind, above and behind.
I would like to draw this new longsword I've acquired and turn and look of where I have perceived Othelian's voice to be coming from.
So as you turn and look, you just see basically a blur of someone jumping. You can't make out any features. It's entirely cloaked, and landing in that open area that you had just walked out in front of. Yeah. So he jumps in front of you, players, and Aster, he's actually like crossing your vision as you turn.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly not a stealth move. So we all heard him.
Yeah, you all heard him speaking.
What's Maurice up to?
What?
Maurice?
Maurice is still just like standing there. He's like barely holding it together at this point.
All right.
Cannon fodder!
I'd like Ruinel to start drawing her longsword as well.
Okay.
And just like getting ready, because obviously this is not someone any of us are trusting.
You know this person.
I don't.
Aster looks at Ruinel and goes, "You don't know him at all."
I've never known someone named Othelian.
He lands kind of in what we would know as like the blockbuster pose, right?
A 3-point pose?
Superhero landing?
A 3-point pose, yeah, superhero landing. He's not a full like blade pose with the one leg extended. It's more of like a crouch, like over. And as he lands and stands up and turns to face you, Ruinel, this is your first sight of what you would recognize as like a house marking. So your house banner obviously has the image of the Kraken. House Spectron's basically crest, or their symbol, it's a screaming skull that's turning into like an apparition.
One that's pretty metal.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Irit would turn over to Hope and go, "That was a superhero landing. That's a killer on the knees."
So you would see that because whenever he turns around, he has a hood over his head, but he has like a black face mask, and on either side of the face mask, on each cheek, basically, is that marking.
It's pretty baller, I would say.
And so whenever he like lands, he like slowly rises and turns around, and through like his sleeves, he flicks out 2 daggers.
This is pretty baller, I will say. He's still gonna die though.
I was gonna say, I mean, Aster doesn't have bad taste, but she does have bad taste apparently.
Good choice in drip, bad choice in men.
Yeah.
So as Othelian turns around and looks at you, Aster, you begin to remember the last time you saw Othelian, except this time there's a hate in his eyes that matches his father's, who you had murdered in the streets. The last time you saw Othelian, why don't you walk us through what happened?
The last time that Aster saw Othelian was not long before she ended up on this new continent with y'all. So Aster had only been in Terratus for roughly a week before she met you all on this weird horse vole rat chase, because she had developed this altered identity out of necessity for the fact that she did something that was not great per some people's opinions in killing the High Lord of the High Lord of Spectron, which was Othelian's father, because she had come upon Othlandir basically about to hurt somebody who did not deserve to be hurt. Punishment did not fit the crime, and she just happened to walk up at the either wrong or right time, depending on what your opinion is of it, and gut instinct reaction went to protect the smaller person over the bigger person, and it caused problems. She ran and found her place amongst the lower people, who then told her tales and stories of not great things that had been happening between the upper class and the lower class for quite a long time. And it kind of, I guess, radicalized her is a good word for it. But she had kind of been preparing for that for a long time, the way she was raised. And so she took on this new identity called the Oracle. And the Oracle, eventually, it got back to the upper class that she was responsible, or that this person was responsible for the death of Othlandir. And she was returning to her camp one night, and Othelian came upon her and went to attack her, but someone from her camp protected her. She thought he was dead. The damage looked not great. So this is quite a bit of a surprise. Not a great one. But no, Aster definitely did not think that she was going to run into this person again, for good and bad, you know, mourn the loss of a friend, but also this person was not great, it turns out. So this is not good, guys. It's not good at all.
So you're having all of these thoughts and reliving all of this as he turns to face you. And what you saw once in the eyes of like a friend and lover is now just pure hate of a man that you thought you had killed in his father. But the sins of the father have become the sins of the son. And so now you're faced with the results of your actions in the form of Othelian.
If it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
When are you gonna learn that your actions have consequences? When will you learn?
When will you learn?
So, Ruinel, what are you feeling as you see the symbol of the house that basically killed everyone you had ever cared about? What feelings is Ruinel going through?
A burning rage and a little bit of like deep-seated regret, essentially just like a need for revenge, because she's burying the house, or she's burying the symbol of the house that, you know, destroyed her entire life and her entire livelihood, everything she cared about, everyone she knew. And part of like her her main quest in life has been up to this point just hunting down and trying to get either information on who else could have attributed to the houses or contributed to the house's fall, or slaughtering anyone who had like ties that like were just enough that they would have contributed to the house.
So as all of these feelings are rushing through both of you, he goes and he slightly pulls down his mask. Also, whenever he does, he because he just pulled out his twin daggers and he flips them to go like a reverse grip, so it looks really cool. And you can tell that he's practiced just enough of like looking cool as well as, because whenever you come from money, there is a lot of fashion as well as like intense training, and you can tell that he's definitely very aware of how he presents himself as an enemy. And
swag and riz, man. Swag and riz.
Swag and riz.
He's trying to intimidate us.
I'm still getting that arm.
It would turn on magnitude 1 at this point.
Okay. So as he does that, he pulls down his mask and you see his face for the first time. I offer you a trade, a deal of sorts. And he looks at Hope and he looks at Irrit. Your lives in exchange for the chance at me to have a brief discussion with my 2 old friends, you see.
Well, he just wants to talk to you, so have a chat.
He armed himself first before telling you this?
We do not negotiate.
If you accept my terms, I promise no harm will come to you, and you can leave right now. If you deny my terms, it will be the end of all 4 of your lives, right here and right now. And with that, he turns away, and he runs, and he does like an Assassin's Creed jump, and he looks awesome. And so
Like a leap of faith.
he does like the leap of faith from Assassin's Creed, basically, and an island rises up to greet him, and it's not. You can tell it's not man-made. Like it's entirely like magical in nature. Granted, they're all flying islands, so there's a sense of magic going on, but you can tell this is not just a natural formation. And as he does so, the island continues to expand. Like you can see the gravel and rocks coming up to form the ground underneath him as he walks away from you.
It's pretty hot, actually.
Yeah, that was really
Do you
cool.
say that in character?
No.
Adam is just like...
No, I'm imagining this as like this almost. I don't know why this sounds like Tron to me, but
It is
Yeah.
giving a Tron vibe.
Kinda like
Yeah.
I was
very-
thinking
yeah.
that. Yeah.
or almost like TF1 with how the roads would like manifest underneath the cars.
Aster is gonna look at the group. She's a lot more pale than she normally is. Like normally there's a little bit of color, but there's no color in her face right now. Aster looks at the group and says, more specifically to Hope and Irrit, but also to Ruinel, I know we just met, but I've known this person for a very long time. And full disclosure, I definitely killed his dad.
That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
I'm aware. Thank you very much.
That sounds like family business.
But what he is presenting and the person he is presenting as now is not someone that I trust.
You should never trust a Spectron.
And she looks to Ruinel and just kind of nods and then turns back to the rest of the group and says, I have my own qualms, but I might have killed one person, but he's responsible for killing more people than I have ever been. And looks to Ruinel and says, this is a group decision for both of us, but I would feel more comfortable if you all stayed. I can talk. We can talk all we want, but I don't know. I don't feel good about this. I completely understand if the 2 of you want to cut and run, but it would mean a lot if you didn't.
Mari stands up and he walks over to you, Ruinel, and you, Aster, and he puts a hand on each of your shoulders. He says, just go. we'll be here waiting the entire time. We'll step in if things get nasty, but give him what he wants. It's the best chance. We can try and throw him off guard. And as he puts his hand on each of your shoulders, Aster and Ruinel, you both feel a surge of power going through you. And you level up to level 5.
Holy moly.
He says, just go, and we'll be right behind you. And he, like, sits down for another second.
No wonder why he's so tired.
Yeah. Do Aster and Ruinel go ahead and approach Athelion, or...
To talk or to fight?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So as you approach, Maurice goes and, like I said, he was going to sit back down, and he sits down on the edge of the ledge where you can see the island, basically, and it's a short jump. It's like 5 feet. You can easily clear the gap between the islands. And once both of you do, like, the ground underneath you, the island shrinks as you walk closer to Athelion. Like, it shrinks in behind you. The gravel starts to fall away and add to mass on other parts of the island. And Maurice, like, waves for Irit and Hope to come sit next to him.
Yes.
So do you go sit
Yes.
next to him? Okay. And so he puts a hand on each of you. Would you identify yourself as, like, willing creatures?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. He casts Feign Death on both of you.
You are idiots.
Feign Death is a spell that takes 1 hour, and the target appears dead to all outward inspection and to spells used to determine target status. The target is blinded and incapacitated, and its speed drops to 0. The target has resistance to all damage except psychic damage. If the target is diseased or poisoned when you cast a spell, or becomes diseased or poisoned while under the spell's effect, the disease or poison have no effect until the spell ends. So basically, you've been incapacitated for an hour. And as he does that, he stands up, he like looks at you, and you can see basically what's happening as he's doing this is like a storm is basically clouding your brain, and it's getting dark like really quickly. And as you see like the light fading, you see him like stretch a little bit and sprout some wings, and his arms start to turn into hooves, and you see a black Pegasus fly away.
He stole my fox.
What?
The sun's getting real low.
Yeah.
I have a
So
feeling that even if I had said I wasn't a willing creature, I would have had to roll, and I would not have been a good roll.
no, it has to be a willing creature. So that's why I had to ask you specifically. And I knew that if I gave them a level up right beforehand, you
Yeah.
would fall into my trap.
Yay.
You two are idiots.
So
Oh, wait,
you're,
wait.
We're both it. Look, no.
Wait. Maurice did that to them, or
Maurice did that too. That is where we will pause our episode currently, so that you two can level up your character sheets.
Maurice?
Also, I will say, Irit and Hope, whenever he does that, you also do get that surge of power. However, at the same time, he turns your lights out, and you're basically, for all intents and purposes, dead for an hour. So you will be level 5 as well.
I am now dead next to the edge of an island where I could fall off at any second.
He like set you down. He laid you down.
I'm so confused.
No, he just lets you ragdoll all the way off.
And now I'm free.
Free falling.
Free falling now. I'm free falling. Okay, well,
All right.
this makes more sense.
All right, well, time to level up.
For our listeners, we just got back from about a hour and a half recess for all of our characters to work on leveling up their character sheets to level 5. So we left off with Irit and Hope being incapacitated via the Feign Death spell. That's the name of it, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah, via Feign Death. And Ruinel and Aster were walking onto Othelion's platform that he had created to go talk to him.
Talk in air
quotes.
quotes.
In air quotes,
I
yeah.
just want to talk to him.
Is his back still turned to us?
Currently, yes.
I mean, we're just walking shoulder and shoulder, yes?
Mm-hmm.
How far away is he from us?
About 60 feet. Because you had that brief conversation with Maurice before he...
Before he peg aside.
yeah, and before you decided to go ahead and follow.
Okay.
I'm pulling up like every potential like attack thing I need, like my cantrip, like all my stats, everything.
Aster is going to sheath the longsword and switch it out for her rapier as they're walking.
Okay.
And just kind of under her breath to Ruinel. Exactly. So this character is someone that I knew for 3 total years. So exactly, I'm going to let you decide this. But we would have been friends. Like, we would have known each other pretty well. So exactly how much information do I have about him when it comes to, like, his fighting? And, like, how much information are you going to allow me to have?
What was your relationship around?
Well,
was it...
she was in their house. Like, she worked in their house as a clothier. Had pretty good, like, would have worked pretty closely, like, with his mother. So, like, mother would have talked about that and his progress. And 3 years they would have hung out outside of, you know, the house and things like that. So if he ever practiced or, you know, I guess, like, worked out, fantasy version of worked out. That's like,
also
do you
just
understand
working
that?
out?
I believe that's
Like,
just working out.
Yeah, I
she would
believe
have
exercise
some
is still
extent,
exercise.
Like, you know, if their home was also the place that he, you know, trained and things like that, she would have probably seen the ins and outs, unless there's, like, specific family held secrets.
Okay, so what are you at? Like, I know that you're asking for information about how he fights and things. I will say that you probably know a decent amount.
Okay.
So you know that he's very talented.
Yeah.
He obviously had very, like, the best training you can get, right, as part of a royal house in terms of fighting. What specifically are you looking for?
Something that I can warn Ruinel about.
Are you going to
Like the type of, he steps before he swipes, like, his blade or something like that, or he's gonna do this before he does this.
He always goes right.
Like a tell, like a tell. He's weak in his right leg because of this, so
He
aim
tries to
for that,
fake,
like,
so
things
like
like that.
You would know that he prefers to fight to where you can't hit him.
So he's quick.
He's quick, yes. I will say he's quick. He does have a very, like, high dexterity. But not only is he quick, you would know that there's a ability that his family has that's part of their training. And just metagaming, he is a rogue with the Phantom subclass. And there is an ability called Ghost Walk that the Phantom rogues have. So metagame, that's what it is. I mean, to you, it's probably just like a trick, right?
Yeah.
You probably just think it's like some sort of illusion or something like that. He prefers to indirectly take people on, I guess is the right way to phrase that.
And the kind of, like, weird, like, ghosty thing. So what he did at the very beginning of this encounter, basically, like, the whole, I turn and he's, like, blurring past me. That was
not that. That was just him.
Okay,
jumping.
that was just him moving remarkably fast. Okay.
Yeah. He jumped and you looked in the direction opposite that he was jumping,
Yeah.
so your vision just blurred as he leaped across.
So Aster and Ruinel are walking towards their impending doom, and Aster is going to whisper to Ruinel, I don't know how much you know about his family, but they're extremely well trained, and they have this thing that they're trained to use I don't know, it's like quick moving, but it's almost like a ghost moving. Just watch out for it. He doesn't like to take you on directly, but just watch out for it.
Players, whenever you level up, you can go ahead and count your level up as a short rest as well. Yeah, so Othelian is still walking away from you. Then you are following behind. He's about 60 feet away from you currently.
Oh, I would also say, like, Ruinel just kind of, like, silently nods to Aster's advice. Because she's just kind of... She's not really focused on talking right now. She just more focusing on watching everything he does to make sure he doesn't get away.
Okay.
Gosh, I want to do something that's kind of screwed up, but it might work. Like, would you let me cast a disguised self on my way over there?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Like, do I want to burn this spell slot just for this? Yes, I do. I'm going to disguise myself as Oathlandir.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yeah. I'm going to disguise myself as Oathlandir and in the same clothes that I saw him in the last time I saw him, i.e. when he got, dispatched of. And
When you killed him?
yeah, that. Yeah, that. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to disguise myself as his father as we're walking over and say, well, we're here. What do you want to talk about?
I suppose that maybe talk is the wrong word for it. Some might call it dancing. And go ahead and roll initiative.
So it's a blade dance. Got it. 11 plus 2, 13.
7.
Okay.
Don't smile. Don't smile at this.
Okay, so yeah, Othelian got an 18. He is going to use cunning action to move and dash 60 feet. And Ruinel, he is going to strike you with his blade, or attempt. So he's going to take his dagger and does a 9 plus 10. Does a 19 hit?
I guess.
What's your AC?
16.
Okay. So he is going to, what is it? 1d4 plus 5 piercing. Yeah, so that is going to end his turn.
All right. So now it's my turn?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I would like to slash with my wooden arm, or I'd like to roll to hit with my wooden arm.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. All right, 7 plus 5, so 12.
Negative, doesn't hit.
Okay.
You can go ahead and try and follow through with your second attacks, though.
Okay. I would like to try and then follow up with another strike with the wooden arm. 14 plus 5, 19.
That'll hit, yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 8
Plus
8 plus 4, 12.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Can I move back?
Sure. Where do you want to move?
I'd like to just move. First off, how big is is the platform we're on?
Yeah, so it's about 150 feet.
Just
Like-
is it just like a square or?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's rounded on the edges, but
Yeah.
if you were to turn it into a square, it'd be about 150 feet. For battle map purposes, 150 feet each direction.
Okay. I could move, but then I'd risk him attacking again. I think I'm going to end my turn there.
Okay. So, Aster, it is now your turn.
And he's right on top of us.
He's about 10 feet away from you because he's within 5 feet of Ruinel.
Okay. So,
So, going by the little squares.
yeah. Which means if I move, he cannot opportunity attack.
Not currently, no.
Okay.
He's not in between you.
I am going to move about 20 feet diagonally.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to put... Yeah, I'm going to try to move about 20 feet diagonally. Not so much put him in between us right now, because I don't think I can get all the way over there to his other side without getting too close. Actually, no. I'm going to flank him.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to flank him, and I am going to attack with my...
So, where are you moving?
I'm trying to get behind him.
Okay, so you want to use your
'Cause
full
it's-
30 to go around.
Yeah, I'm going to use my full 30. I would like to flank him, and then I would like to attack with my rapier, please.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Thank you. 10 piercing.
So he is going to use Uncanny Dodge. So he's going to use his reaction to half that damage.
Okay.
So he's going to slightly dodge out of the way to just get grazed by it. And you said 10 damage, correct? So he takes 5 piercing. Okay.
And then I would like to Bardic Inspiration Ruinel.
Okay.
So you're getting a 1d8 bonus to a roll.
And that'll be your bonus action.
Yes, that's my bonus action.
1d8 bonus.
Yeah, so next time you make a roll, or you can choose to use it, what is it? How long does it last? Like a minute or 10 minutes or something like that.
I think so, something
Bardic
like that.
Inspiration. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah.
So once within the next 10 minutes. So you have, what is that, 60 rounds?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you'll be able to use it before combat's over.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is this how long is this fight gonna go on?
Yeah, no, but that's just how long Bardic Inspiration lasts.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think I rolled for it, but you know the racial features that we talked about rolling
Yeah.
evens and odds.
Yeah.
Would you like me to roll that real quick? Because that's going to determine what I have extra to use.
Sure.
Okay. That's evens. So it's going to be Celestial Surge because it's the Balance of Blood feature that's homebrewed, which is gain temporary HP equal to level plus Charisma modifier.
Okay.
So that is going to be 5 plus 6. That is going to be 11.
Okay.
11
So
extra
11
HP.
temporary hit points.
Yep. Yeet.
Yay.
So it is now Othelian's turn again, correct? Are you done, Aster? Aster, is that your turn?
Yes, I'm done. I'm not going to proc a opportunity attack.
So Athelian is going to turn around to face you, Aster, but you currently look like Oathlandir. So he like looks and he hesitates for a second, and he says, "Funny trick. Think I didn't hold my own father's lifeless body after you murdered him?" And so he's going to go ahead and attack you. Does a 22 hit?
Yeah.
That must be a heavy modifier.
That is 7 piercing damage. So he's ready to cut right through that temporary HP you just got. So he's going to do that, and then as his bonus action, he is going to use Ghost Walk. So you see him just in front of you. He becomes a spectral form, so you can barely see him.
It's just a cloud.
It's just kind of,
Fading in and out of reality.
yes, correct.
And that does not opportunity attack at all. Like if he's moving out of range because it's the ghost walk.
You can, because he's still technically partially in your plane of existence.
Okay.
But he hasn't moved yet. Hold
But
on.
okay.
So he is going to walk through you.
That's a little. That's a little. It's,
That's gotta be a weird
There's
feeling.
the show Ghost where they walk when people
Yeah.
walk through Ghost, they're like,
Yeah.
so much pain.
So he walks through you, and then is going to continue, like, walking away from you. So at this point, you would have an opportunity attack, but you will be making it a disadvantage.
Would both get an opportunity attack?
I suppose, yes. They would both be a
Oh.
disadvantage, though, because he is ghost walking. Okay, so if Ruinel wants to take an opportunity attack, you can go ahead and roll 2d20s for her to roll to hit and take the lower number.
I'm going to try and attack with the prosthetic.
Okay, go ahead.
11 plus 5, 16.
That hits.
All right.
At disadvantage?
Yeah. He rolled a
Heck
12 and
yeah.
an 11.
Heck yeah.
Oh, wait. Gracias, Mitchell, because I borrowed one of his d20s.
You're welcome, my good lad.
Yeah, so go ahead and
Ooh.
roll
Okay. 1d12 plus 4. I got a 1 plus 4, so 5.
1 plus 4. Okay, so 5. Is it piercing or slashing?
That would be because it's in short sword piercing.
Okay.
The other 2 attacks from earlier that I did were piercing as well.
Okay. Noted. Okay, so that's Ruinel's attack of opportunity, and then now Aster would also get an attack of opportunity if she wanted it.
I am going to do another attack with my rapier.
Okay, so roll at disadvantage.
8. So 13.
That doesn't hit,
Won't
no.
hit, yeah.
So you miss.
A whiff venomous.
Aster, he's now about 20 feet away from you.
Okay.
So now it is Ruinel's turn.
Alrighty. So how far is he from Ruino now?
Currently from Ruinel, he's about 25 feet.
25 feet? All right.
Sorry, 30 feet. Because there's that space that he left in between you and Aster.
Right. So about
30 feet.
30 feet? Okay.
Correct.
So that'd be full movement.
Correct.
So I'd like to use then my full movement to get up close.
Okay.
And then I would like to use my bonus action
Okay.
for fighting spirit.
Okay.
Okay. And it says As a bonus action on your turn, you can give yourself advantage on all weapon attack rolls until the end of the current turn. When you do so, you also gain 5 temporary hit points. You can use this feature 3 times. You regain all expended uses of it after a long rest.
Okay.
So let me go and put my 5 temp points down. I want to use the flame blade
Okay. So you
on
want to
my
use
long sword, which is a slash weapon.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to roll to
Yeah,
hit
go
with a
ahead and
long.
roll to hit.
Oh, actually, so I cast flame blade. That's
Okay.
one of my actions, and then my second action, I want to attack with the flame blade.
Yeah. So I'm not going to set a precedent here. Typically, you would only get to like the attack action means that you get 2 attacks as a fighter. I'm just going to let it slide because it's kind of cool. I'll let you do it. But typically, I'm not setting a precedent. Typically, you would only be able to you would be able to attack or cast.
Okay. 17 plus 5, 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
1d8 slash, and then plus, because of the green flame blade.
1d8 fire, correct?
Yeah, like 1d8 slash plus 1d8 fire. Right?
Because you're
Yeah, because I'm using flame blade on the
correct.
long sword.
Yes. Yeah, and you're at 5th level, so
Yep.
go ahead and roll that.
Thank you, Mitchell. He's letting me use one of his Dragon Ball super sick D8s.
Yes, call out to EJ. Gave me those for Christmas.
Yes. Merry Christmas, boys.
Merry Christmas, EJ.
All right. A 7 and a 7.
Nice. Okay, so he'll take.
Did you add your
Oh, wait.
strength modifier to 1? And I don't know what you would add to Green Blade.
I don't
Flame,
think you
or-
add. It says that so at higher levels, at 5th level, the melee attack deals an extra 1d8 fire damage to the target on a hit, and the fire damage to the second creature increases because this flame can jump. So if you had multiple targets, it could jump. Second creature increases to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, but it only says 1d8 to the target on a hit.
So then you'd still add your strength modifier to the
To your slashing damage.
Okay, so then 16 damage then. Because I had 7. I got 2 7s on my rolls.
So 14.
And I got, 14 plus my strength modifier, which is 2.
Plus 2. Okay.
16.
16 damage.
Let's go.
Thank you, Mitchell.
You're welcome, my good sir.
Now it is Aster's turn.
He said he's about 20 feet away from me.
Yes.
Okay. Aster is going to cast Dissonant Whispers at Athelion. And she's going to say, kind of in a melodic way, did you always know that your father was the man everybody else knew him as he was? Or did you consciously choose to ignore it and then become him today?
What's the save?
14.
Okay.
Wiz 14.
So he fails. However, he's going to use one of his legendary actions to succeed the save.
Bruh!
Are you casting it at 1st level or are you casting it at a higher level?
No, I'm just 1st level casting it.
Okay. So 3d6.
3d6, yes. But he'll take half damage. Rolled 10 damage, so he's going to take 5 psych.
So 5 psychic damage. So he's going to turn to look at you and he's going to say, I am what you made me. And is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. He's going to move 90 feet away from you up to a higher section of the island. And he holds up a little baggie, and you would know because you've seen these used before. You won't know all the details, but you'll know that it's what he uses to ghost walk. In order to ghost walk, you require, repeatedly, you require soul trinkets, which are basically souls of people that you've killed or other people have killed, but you have to capture the soul inside of a crystal, and you have to destroy them in order to basically keep ghost walking, or after you get one free ghost walk basically, and then you have to, in order to do it multiple times.
So he's using the souls of Ruinel's house.
Well, hey, you know what?
Oh, no.
Boy, am I glad I at least got a few hits in while they were ghost walking.
Oh, no.
So he holds up the bag that you would know as the soul trinkets. You don't know, you assume that it's probably, he's probably trying to make a statement by doing this. And he holds it up, and, he's flickering in and out, right, of your plane. And, well, at least they didn't die for nothing, did they? And he's going to end his turn there.
So he's like way too far for Ruinel to like at least try and attack, right?
He's 90 feet away, so if you have a
90 feet.
ranged attack of any form, like...
I've got. Let me see how far throwing knives will go.
Up to 30 is made it regular. If you throw more than 30 feet, up to 90 feet, 90 feet's your maximum, that range is a disadvantage.
I don't really have any like thing I can just straight up buff myself with. With this in mind, I don't know what else I could do to really close that gap on a fight.
Question. How many times can you use that?
Oh wait, I do have a ranged attack, but I feel like that would also be disadvantaged. We're talking about the wooden arm stretching it out.
Oh,
and
not
stuff.
what I was about to ask. That bonus action that you used earlier, the spirit,
The fighting spirit.
Yeah, how many
I
times can
think
you
it's
use that?
only on that turn, but you
It's-
can use it 3 times. as a
Yeah,
bonus
you
action.
can use this feature 3 times. You regain all of them after a long rest.
So,
I mean, honestly, I don't think there's really going to be like a big fight that will require that this like so soon after this. Please God.
so what I'm going on about here is, could you theoretically use fighting spirit and then throw 2 knives?
Fighting Spirit gives him advantage. Fighting Spirit isn't an extra attack.
Yeah, but it's his turn. He has
I use the bonus action.
he's
For
his
fighting
bonus
spirit.
action for
That's
fighting
true.
spirit.
I use the bonus action to equalize everything with the ghost walk, and then throw the 2 knives.
Yes, I suppose you could do that.
I do like that. I was also I was thinking doing the big stretch with the hand again. But I feel like that would also potentially be disadvantaged. What do you think?
Was that in-
Is that considered a transformation though?
Yes.
Yeah, he'd be
I have 2 transformations left still. 'Cause
For
I never
short
changed
rest.
it.
Oh,
That-
okay.
rest.
Probably just be able to walk through your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am going to use my bonus action first and cast fighting, or not cast, but like use fighting spirit again.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm in the spirit now.
So you're going to negate your disadvantage, basically.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
negate the disadvantage, gain more temporary hit points, and then with the advantages equalized, I'm going to I have 3 throwing knives. I'm going to throw 2 of them.
Okay.
With my attack with 1 attack and then my extra attack. I'm going to roll to hit.
Yep. Go ahead and roll to hit for your first attack.
All right,
For your first knife.
and I still got my D8 on standby in case I need it. 17 plus 5 attack bonus, so 22.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Yeah, your dice. The numbers do look weird.
I know, right?
Go ahead and roll either your damage or your second attack.
I'm gonna go in. I've got. I'll roll the second attack first.
Okay. Go ahead.
13 plus 5, 18.
That'll hit.
I got 2d6s for this. It's piercing damage.
Okay.
Okay. So rolling the 2d6s.
One of
Okay,
them.
so a
So
6
5.
and a 5
Okay. So 11 damage.
What? Plus your dexterity modifier
plus dexterity modifier. So
each.
yeah. So 8
Plus 4.
and yeah. So 8 and 7. D6 piercing. So 8 and 7. That would be 15 damage.
And now, Aster, he used his reaction to your last attack.
Because it was a legendary action.
Oh, that's true. So he never did a... Okay. He didn't react last turn. So he's going to use his reaction to do cunning... what is it? Uncanny dodge. So he's going to half that damage.
So is it
7 damage.
7 damage? Okay.
Yeah. So you see that, like, he's able to just turn, and you see both of them, instead of, like, piercing into him, just, like, graze him. And you deal 7 damage with both of your throwing knives.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I would like to move the full 30 up.
Okay.
Like towards him. Dang, I got one heck of an arm to throw.
Yeah, man.
To
Dude,
throw
level 5? Holy moly.
Dude. That was pretty baller.
Is that your turn, Runel?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, so Aster, it is now your turn.
And you said he's 90 feet away?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to action dash. So that's 30. That gets me 60. That doubles. Yes? Doubles my walking speed.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Aster's going to action dash.
Okay.
Towards Athelion. And he is... So that puts me 60 feet. And that is going to end my turn.
Okay. Okay, so we just ended with Aster's turn, correct?
Yes, because I action dashed.
That's right. Okay, so you're like now within 30 feet of him.
I'm
you said.
within 30 feet of him, yes.
So you're within 30 feet, and so Athelion is he's above you because he went up that sloped path to a higher point on the island, and he is going to go ahead and use his short bow. So he's going to pull out a bow, and he's going to take a shot at you. And because he has a higher ground, he has advantage, and so he's going to get sneak attack die as well. Does a 25 hit?
Oh, yeah.
So 8 piercing damage, and so I just typed in 7d6 so that you can see
Well, I believe you. Whatever is happening.
30 damage.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I have 1 hit point.
Oh.
So let's see. That was his action. Let's see if he has any fun bonus actions that he can do.
Bro, you trying to end the campaign right here? Like...
Mayhaps.
Man, didn't even get 5 episodes in, huh?
Yeah.
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 Only on episode 4, and I'm already killing off my players.
Oh, well, we are kind of feign-deading here.
Yeah.
I knew I should have just cast something before this all started.
Man,
but,
just
you know,
after my
it's
dad
okay.
started listening to the podcast.
You're not dead yet.
Yeah,
Like,
you were not. You just looked.
I'm about to be dead. Like...
So he's going to also use Wails from the Grave. So I will read this. At 3rd level, as you nudge someone closer to the grave, you can channel the power of death to harm someone else as well. Immediately after you deal your sneak attack damage to a creature on your turn, you can target a second creature that you can see within 30 feet of the first creature. And since Ruinel had moved up 30 feet to use her throwing knives, and you moved 60 feet, that would put you within 30 feet of each other. Roll half the number of sneak attack dice for your level, round up, and the second creature takes necrotic damage equal to the roll's total as wails of the dead sound around them for a moment. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. So 4d6
Against Ruinel or
against Ruinel for a total of 18 points of necrotic damage against Ruinel. And then, as a bonus action, he's going to end his Ghost Walk.
All right, so there goes all my temp hit points, and then plus. Okay. All right.
So, Ruinel, it is now your turn.
Yay.
So you see Aster take a really, really bad looking arrow, like right into the chest where you would think her heart is, but it's like just off center. So like, you know, it's a bad hit. So she
Yeah.
kind of goes down like to a knee,
Okay.
and then it's not looking great.
All
So
right.
that's what your friend looks like right now.
I don't have any healing things.
No, I'm not
Okay.
saying to heal me. I'm just saying like that's what you see. So you know something
Yeah.
not great has just happened.
Yeah. So you're messed up, like wholeheartedly.
I mean, yeah.
But I could mess, and I don't have anything to save you.
It's fine. It's okay. Maybe that's not what it is.
I could try capping it, or I could try going after this man again. See, you know, this is why you should have invested in the armor. But anyways,
I couldn't. Like
there was armor on the ground.
I couldn't. There was
Yeah.
no studded leather, and I can't go higher than that.
Oh, okay.
Like
As a bard, she can't.
Yeah, I
wear-
can't. That's why I'm a squishy person.
You guys can wear armor.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Leather.
All right, let's see. Okay. Bonus action, fighting spirit.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my last throwing. I'm gonna try and roll to hit for my last throwing knife.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. 18 plus 5.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So that's 1d6. That is a 2.
Okay.
All right. And then using extra attack, I'm going to use one of my 2 transformations for my wooden arm and try to essentially just like spear this man.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit again.
Okay. I'm going to be using the D8.
Inspiration die. Okay.
Yep.
Or not inspiration.
The
Bardic
Bardic
Inspiration.
Bardic
Bardic
inspiration.
inspiration.
Yeah, but it's not like a.
Yeah.
inspiration dice,
Please work. Oh wait, attack bonus too, right? No. Attack bonus too. What do I get attack bonus as well for a roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I had a 7 plus a 1, so that's an 8 plus 5. That'd be 12
13.
No,
or 13.
a 13 doesn't hit.
Okay.
Unfortunately. So you shoot your wooden arm out, and it just like goes to the side.
Okay.
You're not able to hit him.
Okay.
For some reason, I guess you're not quite used to using your arm as a projectile as well as you are as like throwing a knife.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking just like it was kind of just like
You were using it as a spear, right?
yeah.
shooting it out.
yeah, a quick shoot out and then like retract, but then it doesn't.
Yeah,
it didn't
but
work.
still, you're not used to
Yeah.
like manipulating your body weight as well as you are like
Yeah.
with a throwing knife.
Yeah.
So
bro
you're not able to hit.
undershot.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was a nat 1, I was gonna say spear Aster.
Bro.
Okay.
I give an ouchie.
All right. Well, at least I did some damage with a knife. All right, I'm ending my turn.
Okay.
All right, Yugi man.
So next in initiative is Aster. Currently at 1 hit point.
Aster is going to attempt to cast Charm Person on him.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't like that smile. Wisdom save, DC 14.
Okay, he's gonna use a secondary legendary action to succeed. You get 3.
He's 3 legendary actions.
Typically, yeah, boss creatures have 3 legendary actions.
How? Nope, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
What?
How is he a boss? He's probably the same age as I am. Like,
Yeah, but we established that he
He's like
trains
Batman.
like all the time.
He's yeah.
He's like Batman. He's rich.
Yeah, he's a lot of money.
rich,
A lot of good teachers.
like
Bro
high
literally
quality
paid
training.
bills.
I'm like, I can see his dad being a boss, but yeah, no.
That's
But
like
his
Dad's dead.
like if you've
Also facts.
if you've seen Dune, like Paul Atreides is 15, but he's like the best fighter that's ever lived.
Aster is going to, with her 1 HP, try to move her full 30 feet away from Othelian.
Okay.
And that's going to end my turn.
Okay. So Othelian's turn is next, and he is going to fire a second arrow into Aster, who is fleeing at this point, correct?
Can't even bother to, like, just own it.
Huh?
He's going to try to hit me in the back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah.
What a dweeb.
To be fair, you killed his dad.
I did. But
His
his dad was a bad person.
Regardless, if someone killed
It
your
was
dad,
self-defense.
look,
Was it though?
it was not in fact self-defense.
It was self-defense.
I don't think that would hold up in a court of law.
This is fantasy.
It was justice.
It was justice. See?
Justice. All right, Batman.
Vengeance!
Vengeance. I am the knight.
So
Thank
does
you.
a 27 hit?
Yes, the 27 hit.
1d6 plus 5. So 6 piercing, and then sneak attack dice. And I'm only doing sneak attack dice because I can then chain it to Ruinel.
You said 6 is what you started with?
6 was the
Okay.
6 was from the arrow,
So -5.
and then an additional 23. from sneak attack.
Oh my god.
And that necrotic damage that Ruinel takes is an additional 11 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, so there goes that. So -5,
28.
so I'll be. Okay.
Fun fact, guys, I'm at a -28.
How what's your maximum HP?
My natural max or what I started with today because of my additional 11?
Your like total max HP. Regardless, like after a long rest, what would your HP be?
36.
36. Okay. So as that happens, and Runa, how many HP do you have left?
24.
Okay, so you're still okay. You're not doing great, but you're still okay.
Sure.
What is the health?
24 hit points out of 47.
Okay.
So yeah, so you're less than half down. So as he downs Aster, Irit and Hope, you wake up, and you see, like, the vision's kind of like fuzzy and like fading in and out, but you see a little red-haired halfling, and in front of you is Captain Indy.
Andy!
Yes, hello.
How could you betray us so?
Well, it was a pretty good payday, I'll be honest. He's kind of rich, you know.
And then you hear it. Here comes the ship. And the ship is going to fire at Othelian.
I just told you it was business. It wasn't personal. I just needed the money.
And so the cannonball is going to shoot at Othelian. And it hits with a 19. And 8d10 bludgeoning damage.
So we awaken from this, and we're seeing this.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, you wake up and then you see all this happening as she's like waking you up, basically. She pulled you out of your death state. And so Othelian takes 47 points of damage. So he gets hit like square in the chest with the cannonball, and it sends him flying like 20 feet.
You hear all the trees break in the distance.
So as they hit Othelian, Irit and Hope may now enter initiative.
Awesome.
So you can go ahead and enter right here, but right before Ruinel's turn. So if you have any action that you would like to get in while, Othelian's obviously, just taking a pretty big hit, you're welcome to go ahead and do so now.
How close am I to Aster?
Aster had just moved her full movement, her last turn, correct, away, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would have been, you're probably about 40 or 50 feet away.
So how far would we be from Evil Boy? The sun, if you will.
About 100 feet away.
Okay, I need to use my full movement to get close to Aster. I wake up, stretch out my dead limbs, and I see Aster, like, dead to rights on the ground. And I move my full 30 to get close to her. I can't use Spare the Dying unless I touch her. And healing doesn't work if they're negative, does it?
It'd be coming up from zero, or it'd be coming up from zero, but no, they just pop right back up. Yeah.
Well, I have to use
Would stabilizing bring me to 1?
I would
bring you to
have
Or
zero.
0?
if it says if I use Spare the Dying,
And
you have
you'd
to
be
touch
unconscious for
the
one
I have to
d4
touch her,
hours.
but I'm not close enough to touch her, and it brings them to 0 and stabilizes them, and they don't have to make death saving throws anymore. But I'm not close enough, and if I use a healing, then it's not going to.
No, it'll do. That'll work.
But if I roll an 8, she's going to be -20.
No,
No.
she'll go to 8.
She'll go to 8.
8 hit points.
Okay. Cast Prayer of Healing. Up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within range regain hit points equal to 2d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Spell has no effect on undead or constructs, so I'm going to cast it on Ruinel and Aster.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Plus the spellcasting ability modifier +3.
Yeah.
So that's 16 each.
16 each. Okay, so Aster recovers 16 HP, and so does Ruinel.
I'm back at 40. Let's go.
Nice.
She
Okay.
just goes.
So, I hope, is that your turn, or do you have any bonus actions that you would like to take?
As a bonus action, cast spiritual weapon 60 feet in front of me. I don't know how close that is to where he's at, but just to have it ready.
Yeah, okay. So you prep spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. Irit, it's now your turn.
is going to use 1 key point to use Step of the Wind
Nice.
to take the dash action as a bonus action.
Okay.
Solid.
He's going to run 100 feet
Okay.
up to the big bad that we're fighting right now, whose name I can never remember.
Othelian.
Othelian. He's
Okay.
going to sprint full speed at Othelian. And then,
So Step of the Wind is how many feet?
so I have a natural movement speed of 50 right now. And Step of the Wind gives me a dash.
Okay. Okay.
So
Noted.
100 feet.
100 feet. Got it.
He runs up and is going to use his Draconic Strike
Okay.
to hit him with some good old... Let's go lightning damage this time.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay, so I'm guessing 5 plus 7, that is 12, misses.
That
yes?
misses, yeah.
I would like to use focused aim to then expend... So how much to 12? I would like to expend 2 key points to add 4 to that.
That will hit. So that brings you to 16?
Yes.
A 16 will hit.
I've known what I've wanted to do since we got up.
I feel like
Sorry.
I've been waiting for this man.
Doing 6 damage for the first one, and then I would like to use my extra attack to try it again. A 21 hits, I'm guessing?
Yes, a 21 will hit.
Solid. Doing an additional 5 lightning damage.
Okay, so how much damage in total for that attack?
That last one was 5. I rolled a 1 plus 4. Then the one before that was a... Oh, golly. I've already forgotten.
I don't remember you calling it out.
I don't think you did.
Did I not?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Another 5.
Okay, so 10 points of damage.
10 lightning damage right there.
Okay, so he's going to use Uncanny Dodge to half that.
Okay. Well, does he... Is it just one attack, or is it to both of them? Because those are 2 separate attacks. Uncanny Dodge with an attack. So, yes. So, he would take the first 5
First
and...
full 5 points of damage. Okay, so he's
then
going to
takes
half one of your hits.
So he takes 7.
7
lightning
damage, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, and that brings it to Ruinel.
Alrighty. Alright, so where is this man, Othelian, in relation to Ruinel?
About 50 feet away from you.
50 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
then I'm going to try and spear, Othelian again.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to roll to hit again. Where's my d20? A 9 plus a 5. 14.
Doesn't hit,
Okay.
unfortunately. So the same thing happens that happened last time, right? Where you
Yeah.
just shoot it out again. You
Yeah.
still haven't quite gotten the hang of managing all the extra weight using using it as a weapon.
Yeah.
You got lucky whenever you were fighting the wyvern because all you had to do was just grab onto something, whereas this is you're trying to make a precision strike. So next in initiative is Aster.
How many feet away from me is he?
50, 60 in that range.
Okay.
Depending on where currently in the time where he's being hit by Irit.
Yeah.
That 50 to 60 range.
How far away is Hope for me? How many feet did
Hope's
you get with
30
me?
feet, right?
I was within 10 because you said I was 40, and then
Yes,
I moved
correct.
30.
Sorry. Yes,
Okay.
you moved 30, so you're within 2 feet.
Okay. Aster rolls over and is kind of like coughing. A little bit of blood up.
Oh, why was that?
I don't know, DM. Why is that?
Oh, yeah. I guess an arrow to the back and an arrow to the chest would do that.
Yeah.
Arrow to the knee.
Yeah.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
So she rolls over, coming up from her unconsciousness, and just goes. And she sees Hope and is assuming that Hope is the person who just did this for her. And she looks at her as she's getting up and she says, "Thank you." And gets up and then is going to use her full movement again to try and charm Othelian.
Okay.
So it's a whiz.
Wiz 13, correct?
It's a whiz 14.
Is there a range on that spell
30. And I used my full movement, which was 30.
to get closer to them?
Yeah.
So you're within range.
Yeah.
You do know he's getting punched next round, right?
No, because I wouldn't know that. If I'm in the initiative before you are. So if I charm him right now and he this is a DM thing because I'm assuming you'd be able to see that something else would happen.
You're going to hate me. I can already tell.
Me or him?
You.
Great.
Okay, so he is going to succeed again with a legendary action. That's his last legendary action.
I thought he used his third last round.
No.
He used his second one.
Cool. All right, cool. We're going to die. It's fine.
Is there anything else you'd like to do? Bonus actions? Any
Nope.
sort of healing things?
Nope.
Okay. It is now Othelian's turn. And with Othelian's turn, he pulls out one of the soul trinkets from his bag and throws it to you, Ruinel. And he says, "A parting gift." And then he does another Assassin's Creed jump as he goes walks. So Ear would have an opportunity attack at disadvantage because he is ghost walking.
Does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay.
However, you catch this soul rock.
It's about
the
to
soul
blow up in
trinket.
my face, isn't it?
What, are you gonna break it? Or are you holding it? Or
I'm
looking
just
at
holding it, but
Okay.
yeah, Ruinel just looks at. Like, so combat's over, right? As far as we know.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, combat
Yeah.
combat has ended.
Okay. So Ruinel looks at the soul trinket bag thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Will she know what it is? I guess what do I roll in?
It's not about. It is an individual one of the soul.
Oh,
trinkets.
well, okay.
Yeah. So it's like a little crystal.
Okay.
Brunel, you look down at the trinket in your hand, and as it shimmers, you can tell that this is Sarah, the Duchess of House Tarsus' soul.
Ruinel just kind of like, she probably just like fall to her knees and just be like just kind of cradling this thing now. Actually, she like realizes what it is. I will avenge you, my Duchess. This episode of Beyond the Gates features Adam Baeza as Ruinel of Tarsus, Mitchell Caldwell as Irit Hardstar, Bryleigh Myers as Aster Laveau, and Chelsea Willis as Hope Brightshadow. This episode was written and edited by Jacob Breaux, produced by Jesse Adkins, with the main theme composed by Stephen Matherne. If you like our show, please share it with a friend and rate us on your listening platform, and follow us on Instagram at Beyond the Gates Pod. Our next episode will be dropping on February 26th, so stay tuned and we'll see you then.
abbreviate Transformers 1 to TF1?
Yes.
Okay, it took me a second to process that, and I was like, what's TF1? It's TF1. It's TF1.